The man never expected that after reincarnating into another world, he could clearly choose to become a hero or a demon king, yet he deliberately chose the lowest ranked class, a serf, simply because in his previous life, he was a speedrunning master in gaming. No game ever kept him playing for 6 or 7 months. He longed for a game he could play for decades. Unexpectedly, it was as if a god heard his wish and invited Jack to play an endless sword and magic game. When choosing the game difficulty, Jack not only decisively picked Hell mode, but even among the invincible hero and demon king classes, he instead chose the 8-star difficulty summoner, and this class was still in testing. Its rank was locked to serf only. Finding it interesting, Jack confirmed his choice again without hesitation, but the next second, the screen lit up, and the light swallowed him whole. When he woke again, he had become a newborn baby, but now he had just turned 1 year old. Judging from his parents' clothing, he indeed had been born into a serf family. Fortunately, his parents were very loving. Ever since arriving in this world, Jack had tried hundreds of times to open his status window. It usually never reacted. Unexpectedly, this time a book appeared out of thin air. The book currently had only 2 pages. One page was his personal status window, though all his stats were pitifully low. The other page contained detailed information about his summoning skill. Each summon and creation would accumulate skill experience, meaning it was a skill that could level up infinitely. With his current ability, he could only create the lowest H-rank insects and beasts. At that moment, the page suddenly glowed. Looking closely, it turned out to be an apology letter from the god of creation. Because the summoner class was still in testing, the magic grimoire had been delayed by 6 or 7 months, but Jack didn't mind much. He was still immersed in the joy of finally being able to summon. Yet no matter how Jack tried, nothing happened. Based on his past life gaming experience and the creation section of the grimoire, he realized he needed to create a card first before summoning. Just as he was about to summon, his mother heard noise and came in to check. Luckily, he pretended to sleep and wasn't discovered. To avoid getting too excited, he decided to wait until tomorrow to try again. By noon the next day, Jack finally waited until his father went out to chop wood, and his mother was busy with chores, and he eagerly continued the summoning he didn't finish yesterday. According to the grimoire's instructions, he needed to set a name for the grasshopper. After naming it, he discovered it had a built-in blessing section, and even found that its stats could be added to his own. In the following days, Jack also tried creating H-rank beasts. Although the mice had extremely low intelligence, they possessed the special skill dash. They could understand the commands he gave for using their skills. As for the grasshopper, its special skill was jump, but in a world filled with vicious monsters, these two little pet skills clearly couldn't win against anything. Fortunately, he could currently store up to 10 summoned beasts. They could increase his attack power by a full 10 points. As a result, his stamina easily surpassed that of an ordinary 1-year-old child. However, the price of this blessing ability was that leveling up or gaining skill experience in Hell mode was 100 times harder than in normal mode. At that moment, he heard his father returning outside. When he went out, he almost scared his mother to death. Covered in blood, he looked as if he had been injured. Fortunately, it was just blood splattered from hunting a wild boar, because most people in this remote village were serfs. Every winter, the men would go into the forest to hunt monsters. Since Jack had never seen a monster before, he pestered his father to take him to the dissection site. He thought it would just be a slightly larger boar, but he didn't expect it to be absurdly huge. This made Jack truly understand how ferocious the monsters of this world were, and during their conversation, he learned that the giant boar was actually a C-rank monster, and it took 20 people to bring down just one. Jack listened to this information with great seriousness, since it could serve as reference data for future hunts. Time flew, and 6 or 7 months passed. During this period, Jack kept gaining experience. He finally leveled both summon and create to level 2. He gained an additional summon beast capacity level. The